Welcome to our meeting this evening, and we will now reconvene the meeting to open session from our closed session, and our student representative of the board, Leah Garcia, will lead the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. Leah?
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. Right now we're in the fall season, so it brings back a lot of emotions, a lot of time. We're shifting from the summer season to our winter season, and of course, there's a lot of things we're letting go of and we're thinking about right now. So I'd like to take this moment to have a little gratitude for the people we have in our lives and for the things we're doing right now. I want us to take a moment of silence because although it may be hard to stay motivated right now, especially as it's getting towards break, I want us to think about the people in our lives who have always been there for us and who will continue to support us even if we struggle. So right now, think about the people who you may not have said thank you to in the past few days, or the people who you accidentally miss in the hallways and you don't get to say hi to. So yes, please let us take a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. Now we'll have the report from closed session.
Thank you. 4.1, no report or action taken regarding public employee performance evaluation superintendent. 4.2, no report or action taken regarding negotiations. 4.3, this item was pulled prior to the adoption of the agenda. 4.4, the Board of Trustees, by a vote of 4-0, voted to uphold the decision for employee HR-2025-26-04. 4.5, the Board of Trustees unanimously approved the settlement agreement in AOH case number 2025080533, resolving all issues in the student's due process complaint by providing compensatory education and other reimbursements. 4.6, the Board of Trustees, by a vote of 4-0, approved the settlement agreement in Orange County Superior Court case number 30-2025-0148075-CU-OE-CJC. And that concludes the closed session report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And just to let everybody know, you can see computers sitting up here on our desktop. Something new that we're just transitioning from that book over there, which is like sometimes a 4-inch pile of paper, to all online agenda. So this is our transition time. It'll probably take a few board meetings to be able to compare and see what we're doing and move around. And so bear with us if we have a hiccup here or there. So I just wanted to inform everybody. Our next item coming up is item 6.1, public hearing for candidates for provisional appointment to the Board of Trustees. Effective September 29th, 2025, Catherine H. Smith, trustee, resigned as a trustee of the Anaheim Union High School District. Trustee Smith's resignation created a vacancy on the Board of Trustees for Area 3. And the district is divided up into 5 areas. On October 2nd, 2025, the board voted to fill the vacancy by making a provisional appointment. The process for making a provisional appointment to the board is outlined in the Education Code sections 5090-5095 and board policies 10221 and 10111. Our current consideration is the following persons met the residency requirement, as well as the notification and submission deadlines to be considered for the provisional appointment to the board, and were interviewed for the position at a special board meeting on November 6, 2025 by the board here. The people that have applied are Frank Monday, Dr. Jose Paulo Macalas, and Steve Valencia. Pursuant to board policy, this public hearing is scheduled to provide an opportunity for input from the district community regarding candidates. Written comments may also be provided throughout the process. I have a number of people that wish to speak on this subject. Let's see. Okay, fine. The first person to speak is Jackie Philbick. Please come up to the podium and have 3 minutes is the time allotted.
Thank you so much. Good evening, President O'Neill, board members, and cabinet. It's an honor to be here tonight. My name is Jackie Philbeck, and I would like to share with you what it was like for me to serve with one of the candidates, Dr. Paulo Magalhaes, during his 2 full terms as a fellow Anaheim Elementary School Board member. First, I would like to offer heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Catherine Smith for her decades of service to this district and to public education. She made a difference. I was on the Anaheim Elementary School District Board with Dr. Magalhaes for 8 full years. And I know that you are already aware of the experience that he has, which contributes to making him a qualified applicant for this board seat. He's a talented educator, and he also understands what it means to serve on a board of education and what that requires. So I'd like to shift and give you my personal and unique perspective of what it was like to work with him. And I don't think a lot of people can stand here and say that they've been on a board, but I was for 8 years. So I would like to offer that and say that I really appreciated Paulo as a board member. He was personable, and he was very enthusiastic. I know, because I've been in the spot you're in, I know that you are looking for someone that you can work with collaboratively, successfully, and also, importantly, enjoyably. Someone who will fit in. He checks all those boxes. I miss him on our board, I really do. I found him to be committed, engaged, prepared, and passionate about our students and their families. He grew up in Anaheim, and he knows this community, and he has gained a lot of support. Dr. Magalhaes worked hard to be a contributing member of our board. He listened and gave great consideration to everyone's comments and opinions, and he worked constructively to find consensus. But even if he had a different opinion, he was supportive and unified with our group once a decision was made. He showed up regularly to district events, and he also served as president and clerk of our board. Lastly, Dr. Magalhaes has always treated me with the utmost respect. He was considerate of my feelings, supportive, and made sure that I was included. And I spent a lot of years on the board being the only woman on a board. He valued my input and contributions, and he treated me and everyone else with kindness because that's who he is. I know you have an important decision to make. I believe Dr. Paulo Magalhaes is someone who would contribute to your board in the most positive of ways. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity to share my thoughts and reflections, and I wish you the best of luck tonight with your process.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Philbick. Next speaker is Veronica Lopez.
Okay, good evening, members of the board. My name is Veronica Lopez, and I'm a Spanish teacher with 28 years of experience, 23 of them in AUHSD. I'm thrilled to speak tonight in support of Dr. McAllis for the board vacancy in Trustee Area 3. I had the privilege of working with him at Laura High School, and we connected through our shared passion for ethnic studies and student engagement. Paolo is not only a former student and teacher at Laura, but he also deeply understands our community, its strengths, challenges, and dreams. I can honestly say he's one of the most dedicated and inspiring educators I've ever met. He shows up for students, for teachers, and for the community. At Laura, he didn't just lead clubs, he created spaces where students felt seen, safe, and empowered. From the Bridges Club to the Filipino Club, Paolo has helped countless students explore their identity, culture, and social justice. He also encourages civic engagement, guiding students on trips to Washington, D.C., and even Hawaii, giving them experiences that truly change their perspective. What I love most about Paolo is his spirit of collaboration and community. Back in the day when I first started organizing our Dia de los Muertos event, and I was on my own and truly needed support, he was a teacher who stepped up to help without any hesitation. His students didn't just participate, they engaged and they helped organize the event. And to this day, he continues to support the event and is always there. I could always count on him. Now, as an ethnic studies teacher or professor at Cal State LA, Paolo continues to shape future educators, to lead them with vision, equity, and heart. He has also trained ethnic studies teachers here at our district. He knows how schools and communities work, and he always puts students first. I have no doubt that Paolo would be an outstanding board member. He's committed, compassionate, and a true advocate for students, teachers, and families, and I wholeheartedly support his appointment, and I hope you will too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. Next, we have Mazaro. There he is.
Kwalitetaki, good afternoon, buenas tardes, Nitokan Masat. My name is Running Deer, that's one of my clans. Nehaniest Tekpatl, Obsidian Knife Clan. Nehaniest Tepilotzin, Heart of the Mountain Clan. On a personal note, there is a connection psychologically, spiritually, ancestral. When I first met him, I was at a school where he was teaching. I didn't know who he was, but when I saw him, they introduced me to him, and I learned more about his background. I wanted to read more about what he's done for our community. He is an asset for our community. Es el elegido para nuestra comunidad, para nuestro pueblo. Ha ayudado a nuestra gente personalmente. I said, he has connected with our community. If it's Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, if it's ancestral, indigenous, and I'll make it short. Mi hija, tlasoh kamatik miak yohko yani watetati non nanansin kwahatlikwe, chinik chinik weyat weyna wana, huhutugna shishogna, elekwa. Thank you.
Thank you, Mato. Next is Ivy Lamb.
Good evening, Board of Trustee. It is great respect and admiration that I support Dr. Jose McAllis' candidacy to fill in for the board vacancy Area 3. As his former student and now a fellow educator, I can confidently say that Dr. McAllis has been one of the most impactful mentors and community leaders I have the pleasure of knowing. From the time that I sat in his classroom, Dr. McAllis modeled the kind of compassion, resilience, and dedication that inspired me to pursue a career in education myself. He didn't just teach history, he taught us how to think critically, to believe in our voices, and to see education as a pathway towards empowerment. Even years after I graduated, Dr. McAllis has continued to support me in my journey as a teacher, offering advices, encouragement, and genuine mentorship through every stage of my professional and personal growth. Beyond the classroom, Dr. McAllis' leadership in the community speaks volumes. His 8 years of public service as trustee of the Anaheim Elementary School District demonstrates his deep commitment to equity, inclusion, and educational excellence. He has consistently prioritized student-centered decision-making and worked tirelessly to build the bridge between gaps between families, educators, and district leaderships. To me, what stands out the most about Dr. McAllis is his ability to lead with both vision and heart. He listens deeply, he acts thoughtfully, and he never loses sight of what truly matters, which is ensuring that every student has access to opportunities that allow them to thrive. His experience, integrity, and unwavering dedication to the public service makes him an exceptional choice to serve for the Anaheim Union High School District as community as trustee Area 3. I wholeheartedly and without reservation recommend Dr. McAllis for this position. You guys would be fortunate to have a leader who embodies such empathy, wisdom, and commitment to students and families. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lamb. Next speaker is Miguel Lopez.
Good evening, Board. I just want to start with a confession. I was born and raised in Anaheim, but I currently live in Placentia. The reason I'm here tonight, though, is again to offer the perspective of a parent with a child who's going to be coming into AUHSD very shortly. So my son is now in AESD. I brought him here specifically because I don't know if you guys see the news or not, but unfortunately Placentia is just, for lack of a better word, crazy. There is no stability there. Everything is partisan, and the kids have been lost as far as, well, the priority, right? Which they should be. I didn't know what to expect when I came out here. I mean, I had reputations. I had heard of Mr. Matsuda. I had heard of a couple of other board members and the vision that they had for our children here. Now that my son is going to be moving into junior high and he's going to be under the auspices of this board, getting to know Dr. McAllis, as other people have already mentioned, not just as an educator, right, because we've been in his classrooms, not just as a board member, because he actually served on AESD for several years and guided that district through some of the worst crises I think that we've experienced in our lifetime as families, right, COVID, you know, what's going on right now with critical race theory, all kinds of crazy stuff, right? I mean, that's why I left that school district that I live in, because that was ground zero for it here in Orange County, right? I mean, everybody called us the little Florida of California. I didn't want that for my son. I want my son to be in an environment where he can learn and grow into the person that he wants to be one day with safety and security and just great overall leadership, as well as obviously a chance for a good education where he can invest himself. And I think Dr. McAllis embodies that. And I know that, well, Trustee Smith also did her best with that. And I know that Mr. Matsuda is going to be leaving, and that's going to be part of his legacy. And in order to cement that, to make sure that we continue with that, I came here as a parent to wholeheartedly support and hopefully that endorse him for you guys to appoint him as somebody to fill that seat that's vacated now by former Trustee Smith. So again, please keep that legacy going. There's a reason I brought him here. You guys are fantastic. I want my son to have the best, and in order to do that, I think that you can't get any better than Dr. McAllis. So thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Mr. Al-Jabbar. Mr. Jabbar. We'll go on to the next person and come back to him. Nicholas Avalos Lopez.
Good evening, board. My name is Nicolas. Hold on, sorry, you said. Hello, my name is Nico, student at John Marshall Elementary School in Anaheim. My school is a Title I school, gets federal money for students whose parents can't maybe afford to buy supplies or maybe even food for their students. There are a lot of immigrants in my community and in my school. In other words, there are a lot of vulnerable students and families in my community, and they need somebody to be their voice and fight for them. If Dr. McCloud is appointed, he will fight for the students, families, and me. And really, like, some of the reasons why he could help us is, like, in 2016, our school district were the first in our state to ban ice going into our classrooms. Dr. Nicholas led that school board in making the decision, which was a really good decision. He's a very nice teacher who let me and my dad sit on one of the days that he was teaching ethnic studies, and me and my dad are going to sit on one of his days that he is teaching again. He has allowed me to see what college would be like for me after I graduate from high school, and please appoint him to that open seat, because he'll really help me and other students later in the future. Thank you.
Nicholas? Nicholas, did you say you're in 5th grade?
Yes, I'm in 5th grade.
Very good. You did an excellent job tonight. Thank you so much for coming to speak. We look forward to having you coming into our district in a junior high status in 2 years.
Can't wait.
Thank you. Look forward to that. Keep up the good work.
My goodness.
Next speaker, Jesse Hernandez.
I cannot top that, but yeah, that's feels good to see that. My name is Jose Gloria Hernandez, and I'm an alumni or alumnus from Savannah High School. Graduated in '02. Go Rebels! Although back then they were the Confederate Rebels, so I'm glad we were able to resolve that matter. Yes. Anaheim is next. In any case, yeah, we've come a long way in this city. We used to have KKK council members. There's a really dark history in in Anaheim and in the country. We should never forget, which is why I'm here. To just strongly voice my support for Dr. Jose Paulo Michalis, because that's the kind of direction that we need to go and continue to go. To uplift the issues of our community, of our students, social justice, a true passion for the career and for these students. I've seen Dr. Michalis firsthand and how much he gives his whole self to this here art of teaching. There's a lot of folks that, are just kind of going through the motions and, just trying to get through the year, but that's not who he is. As a teacher, I've seen him excel. As a community member, I've seen him just really uplift students, young people, in ways that are just awe-inspiring. Many students continue to have communications with him afterwards because that's the kind of impact that Dr. Michalis has had. And of course, we can't fail to mention the work that he did as a school board member previously at AUHSD. So, I can't think of a more qualified candidate, frankly, in this given moment to be able to step in and really hit the ground running and be able to support, the work of this school board and the work of the staff and just continue to, improve and lead the way. And as Anaheim students and faculty and everyone, we need somebody like Dr. Michalis, so I hope you will support him in his appointment. Thank you.
Thank you. Has Mr. Jabbar shown up yet? I know he was in transit to us. While I look for him, is there anybody else in the audience that has not filled out a blue form that wish to speak this evening on this subject?
Good evening, board members. Thank you for letting me speak. I got here a little bit late. But I hear everybody talking and in favor of Dr. Paulo Michalis, and I'm going to join everyone else, right? Seeing the candidates at hand, I think the most qualified candidate is Dr. McCullis, given the fact that he has experience. And one of the most important things for me as a parent of a senior at Anaheim High School and 3 incoming students in the future to Walker Junior High is that we have someone on the board that really truly listens to the parents, that is going to be there to champion and give those spaces like Mr. Hoshi has, right? And so I think it's really important that we find those connections and we really feel heard by our board, right? And not just, just only liked when we do good stuff or we say good things, but that is someone that can really truly listen and be able to help us out or direct us, and being able to do the best for our kids, because that's what we're here for. We're here to be able to connect and to do better things for our kids, be a better future. And I've seen the things that Dr. McCullis has done, and my daughter Frida really sees him as a real role model and looks up to him. So thank you for that. That means a lot to me, that she's surrounded by people who she can look up to. So hoping on your decision will favor what the community is saying here, that we want Dr. McCullis as our next board member. Thank you.
Thank you, Maritza. Was there anyone else wishing to speak? Yes. State your name, please.
My name is Dulce Sotelo, and I am a AUHSD parent, but I'm also here to speak for my daughter, who is not here. She's on an overnight field trip, but she really wants to show her support for Dr. McCullis. She wants you guys to know that he's a great asset in our community. Not only has he done great things at AUHSD, but also for our community in the summer. He was really involved with our youth, and he is a person that we want representing our kids. I have a daughter at Brookhurst, I have a daughter at Savannah, and those schools have been underrepresented, and now we have a chance to have them well represented, and we know they'll be greatly represented with Dr. McCullis. So thank you.
Thank you. One last chance. Call. Al Jabbar, has he shown up yet? No. Going once, going twice. All right. So thank you one and all for your comments this evening. We appreciate them, and we take them to heart, what you say to us. We now move on to 6.2, a provisional appointment to the Board of Trustees, and it's an action item.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second, so it is now open for the board discussion. Anybody wishing to speak? Mr. Hoshi.
So, after hearing all the candidates, I was so impressed with Dr. McCullis's experience. Being with the Anaheim Elementary School District for 2 terms, and the fact that he's very familiar with our drivers and all of our initiatives in our district shows that he knows what is going on in our district. One of the things that stood out to me during his interview was the answer of the characteristics of a good board member. And I think this is what's needed so much today. He answered that we need to act with civility when there are opposing views. And I think we can all learn a lot from that statement. But more so, I think he balances things out with, I see him, he's not even a board member yet, and he's at a lot of our district events, supporting our kids. And I just feel, I want to make sure that our staff and our students feel seen and heard. And the only way we could do that is by being there for them. So I just appreciate that. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Trejo?
Before I talk about who I would like, I just wanted to reflect on how important this process really is. Each time the responsibility of selecting a board member has come before us, I viewed it as one of the most meaningful decisions that we make as trustees. The individuals who serve alongside us help shape the direction, tone, and integrity of the board, and ultimately the future of our students. I'm proud to say that I've been part of selecting colleagues, who's not here tonight, Al Jabbar, and most recently, Mr. Ron Hoshi. And these choices have strengthened our board, not just because of who they are as individuals, but because together we reflect the diverse voices of our district. Our board is made up of people with different backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences, and yet what unites us is the shared purpose to serve our students. As I think about appointing a new trustee, I'm looking for someone who understands that this role is more than attending meetings or casting votes. It's a 24/7 commitment to our community. It's being informed, responsive, compassionate. It's listening before deciding and working collaboratively even when we don't agree. Too often, politics is seen as division or debate. But in education, that approach doesn't serve our students or staff. They need to see leadership modeled through respect, teamwork, and integrity. And that is democracy that we should reflect. Finally, I want to acknowledge and thank Brian O'Neill, Carl Weidel, and Jaron Freed for hosting our recent board information night. They helped potential candidates understand the depth and breadth of what it means to be a trustee, from facilities, finance, technology, athletics, VAPA, student discipline, parent engagement. These responsibilities are complex and vital, and tonight we will be considering someone who can meet that challenge with heart and commitment. So I would like to give my reasons for why I chose Mr. Paolo Macalas. He gave the strongest indication of his intentions and understanding of what it means to be a trustee. He came well prepared, demonstrated knowledge of our district's drivers, and has been directly involved in helping implement key AUHSD initiatives, including democracy schools, the 5 Cs, and ethnic studies. He's also a proud graduate of our LEAD program. During his interview, Paolo clearly articulated his reasons for applying and emphasized the importance of decorum and modeling the behavior we expect from our students and our staff. He understands that a board member's role is not to run the day-to-day operations of the district, but to provide oversight, set policy, and ensure accountability. His prior board experience and awareness of these challenges and threats facing public education today make him exceptionally qualified. Paolo has earned strong community support, as we see tonight, and has shown consistent engagement with AUHSD, attending board meetings, district events, staying connected with parents, students, and staff. He is well-versed in the Brown Act and has a deep understanding of transparent governance. Notably, Paolo set his intentions early by running for this seat before it became vacant. As someone who has personally run for the board, I know the dedication it takes, knocking on doors, raising funds, and maintaining a positive campaign. That experience speaks volumes about his character, compassion, dignity, respect for this board, and the community it serves. The saying goes, the best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. And I'd like to nominate Paolo Macalas for trustee of District Area 3.
Thank you. I would like to start my comments by thanking everyone that applied for the appointment process. You know, it's not an easy decision to decide to serve AUHSD, so thank you for stepping up, thank you for applying, and thank you for going throughout the interview process. I want to echo some of my colleagues' comments, and this decision is very important, right? It's our new colleague on the board, the new representative for Area 3. I also want to thank former trustee Catherine Smith for her years of dedication to that seat and to its constituents. And looking at the area and hearing from all of our constituents tonight and throughout this process, I would also like to voice my nomination for Dr. Paolo Macalas to serve the seat. And looking at his trajectory. He has served as AUHSD, not just as an AUHSD student graduate from Laura High School, an instructional aide, a classroom teacher for over 15 years, an elementary school trustee for 8 years, and a current college professor. I believe he brings a rare understanding of public education from early learning through navigating higher education institutions. From the interviews, Paulo is deeply rooted in the Anaheim community and actively supports programs that elevate student voice, civic engagement, and community partnership, many of which I heard tonight from our public commenters. I believe he brings a lived experience and professional expertise to this board, and I am proud to join my colleagues in nominating him for this seat. Thank you.
Thank you, Board. I have to echo everything that my colleagues have said concerning Dr. McCallus. Being a board member is really a huge responsibility. We're responsible for about over $500 million in a budget, 3,000 employees, 25,000 students, and we're the governing body to make the final decisions that are brought to us by the superintendent and his staff. So it is a very big responsibility. Knowing Dr. McCallus comes from the education oversight in his prior 8 years on the board with Anaheim Elementary, really helps bring him into perspective and his abilities to be part of the team up here, making decisions for the community. And it's not just for Area 3, but it's for the entire district, although he represents the voters in Area 3. I remember walking into his classroom when he was teaching at Laura. And as soon as I opened the door and stepped in, he stopped, he recognized me, and introduced me to the class. And I did that a number of times. And exactly the same thing happened every time. Respect. And listening to, excuse me, the way he spoke to his students, well, it's supported by the parents and the student that wants to be in our district. So I bet I think this is my fourth or fifth appointment that I am going through now as a board member, and Paulo stands out very, very highly in his qualifications. And I know another appointee, unfortunately, he hasn't quite arrived yet, so he told me he was in the traffic, but he hasn't arrived, unfortunately. That's Al Jabbar, who was formerly on the board with us here. So with that said, I think we have a motion and we have a second. Is there anything else anybody wants to say? Seeing that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Can't get past 4-0, so that sounds pretty good. Congratulations.
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Do solemnly swear that I will protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Constitution of the State of California.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
Against all enemies.
Against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
To the Constitution of the United States.
To the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
And the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
First and foremost, before I take the seat, I think it's well-deserved and respected that we stand and we applaud Catherine Smith for her dedication on the school board since 1996. First and foremost, thank you so much for your trust in me to serve in this important seat and this important role. I know that there are many challenges ahead within schools, but I want the community to know that first and foremost, I love you, that I will fight every single day for this community that I love since I was here since the first grade. I want you to know that I am dedicated, I'm passionate. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you, if you give your all, I will give 110%. So thank you so much, everybody.
Okay, you get the book. You get the book.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Have a seat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Get your bearings, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we have some.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I know, can't help it.
Right.
Are you all set?
We're on 6,
Let me catch up.
actually 6.2. So now we're on. Yeah, so we did 7.
Okay, we're on item 8. Okay, all right. I just want to mention that as we go through the agenda tonight, anything that you don't feel comfortable about voting on, since you now have voting authority, you can abstain. No issue, okay? So, next is recognitions and information, perfect attendance awards. And I'm going to defer to Celeste Kruger on perfect attendance. Or excuse, Amy Maya.
Good evening, Board President O'Neill, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, and Executive Cabinet, and the AUHSD family and friends watching both here and at home. Tonight, we gather to celebrate a valued tradition in our district, recognizing the perfect attendance of our dedicated employees. This commitment is central to the success of our schools and deserves our utmost respect and gratitude. I'm delighted to present the Red Apple Award to each employee who achieved perfect attendance in the 24-25 academic year. Your reliability and consistency significantly contribute to our dedication in providing an environment that promotes the spirit of unlimited you. Additionally, we honor those with extraordinary dedication through the Gold Apple Award, reserved for employees with 3 or more consecutive years of perfect attendance. Your remarkable commitment sets a high standard for all of us. As we proceed with these awards, let's acknowledge the crucial role each staff member plays in fostering a supportive and nurturing environment for our students. Your efforts are essential to our success and deeply appreciated. Please join me in welcoming our Red Apple Award recipients. Dr. Jeff Cole. David Doiron. Poppy Hill Bonales. Aki Shariar. Dr. Nabil Slim. And now, please join me in welcoming our Gold Apple Award recipients. You want to take the picture first? Okay. And now, please join me in welcoming our Gold Apple Award recipients. Dr. Esther Cho. Dr. Jaron Freed. V. Wang. Scott McDonough. And Bradley Watrous. Congratulations to all our awardees, and thank you for your unwavering commitment. It's to our students and schools.
Oh, kindness awards. Next, kindness awards. Just stay there. Okay, next we'll be celebrating kindness awards, and this will be handled by Celeste Kruger. Okay.
Good evening, Board President O'Neill, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet, and guests. So I'm Celeste Kruger, Director of Human Resources. Amy Maya, Director of Human Resources, and Teresa Rodarte, Senior Administrative Assistant, are going to assist me in handing out our Kindness Matters Awards for the fall 25-26 school year. The Kindness Matters Awards began in 2011 as a way to recognize and show appreciation to AUHSD staff, students, and community members. To be a recipient of this award, one must go above and beyond to demonstrate compassion, kindness, and care for others. We received many nominations for people that demonstrate kindness in their everyday lives, but the following people have demonstrated that they really go above and beyond. Our first recipient tonight is Christine Castro. Christine is a volunteer at Kennedy High School. She dedicates her time to support the choir program at Kennedy. She not only volunteers many, many hours supporting the choir program, but she also volunteers helping the JRTC program and the PTSA at Kennedy. She also volunteers at Walker Junior High, assists with setting up carnivals at local elementary schools, and is involved with the Scouts. What makes her especially deserving of this award is her ability to lead with empathy. She treats everyone with dignity and respect. She goes out of her way to help. Her example creates a ripple effect that strengthens the bonds of the community at Kennedy. She is an example of what it means to care deeply for others. Thank you, Ms. Castro. Our next finalist is Amy Cuellar, who is a counselor. Amy is a counselor at Anaheim High School. She is an exceptional counselor whose kindness and generosity make her a true cornerstone at Anaheim High School. As head counselor, Puente counselor, gold advisor, and cross-country coach, she continually goes above and beyond her professional duties to support and uplift students, staff, and families. She's known for her genuine care and thoughtfulness. She keeps a stash of snacks and water on hand for students who need a boost during the day. And at practice, she always has extras, hair ties, chapsticks, sunscreen, even bug spray, because she never wants her students to go without. These small but powerful acts show her heart for students' well-being in every setting. Her kindness extends beyond daily gestures. She dedicates countless hours to organizing fundraisers so that Puente students can experience the life-changing NorCal college trip. She gives up weekends in the summer to ensure that the girls' cross-country team can attend Camp Big Bear, and even spends parts of her summers coaching the girls without pay, simply because she believes in them. These sacrifices and commitments create opportunities and memories that would not be possible without her efforts. While her title is counselor to the Anaheim High School community, she's known for so much more. She's a mentor, a supporter, a coach, and a role model whose kindness touches everyone around her. We are truly blessed to have her. Our next finalist is Nathan Danforth. Nathan is a student at Walker Junior High, and he was nominated by one of our substitute teachers, Kevin Aprachal. Nathan is a studious 7th grader and is part of the Walker Junior High family. However, his kindness stands out to me. Every class period, Nathan will bring up an item that another student has lost or has left behind accidentally. Instead of ignoring these items, Nathan takes the time to bring me the items so they can get back to their rightful owner. Also, Nathan always says good morning and goodbye each class period. He does all this with a smile on his face and a kind, calm demeanor. He makes our classroom a better place. Our next finalist is Laura Jacobs. Laura is a benefits specialist with the district, and she was nominated by Yoon Lee, a teacher at Gilbert. And Ms. Lee says, as a teacher, you sometimes feel isolated because all we focus on are our students in the classroom. In 25 years of teaching for Anaheim Union, for the first time, I had an issue with our insurance. It was a sensitive matter, and the insurance company was not helpful. After more than 20 plus hours on the phone trying to figure things out with the insurance company, I felt very lost and hopeless. Then a colleague said to contact Laura Jacobs at the district because she really knows what she's doing. I did, and after that, it was magic. She was the nicest, most patient, and understanding of my situation and helped right away. Ms. Jacobs was empathetic and kind in helping me with my situation. She was professional, but at the same time took care of this matter as if I was part of her family. She did not stay bound to her working hours and went beyond her work hours on a Friday to make sure we were making progress with my insurance. She kept me updated through the process. I did not have to contact her because she was the first to give me updates. I felt so relieved to know that there are still people that care and will go out of the way to help each other. There is more. 6 months later, it happened again, and Miss Jacobs was there again to help. Thank you, Ms. Jacobs. Our next finalist is Natalie Johnson. And Natalie is a teacher at Ball Junior High, and she was nominated by Sharita Blackshear, a teacher at Walker Junior High. So Ms. Johnson deserves this recommendation because her daily actions reflect genuine kindness and selflessness towards students, colleagues, and the school community. She consistently opens her classroom to students who need extra academic help or simply a safe space to talk, providing support well beyond the school day. She shares every resource that she creates with her colleagues, never hesitating to give her time or expertise to help others. As the educational technology coach at Ball, she patiently guides teachers through challenges, always responding with compassion and encouragement. Beyond her professional roles, she spreads kindness in small personal ways, such as sending handwritten cards with uplifting messages to colleagues at the start of each school year. These acts, both big and small, demonstrate how her kindness positively impacts the culture of her school. She's always willing to celebrate others and provide consistent encouragement. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Our next finalist is Esther Park. Esther is an interpreter and translator for the district. She was nominated by Mary Jo Labrie, a teacher at Cypress High School. So Ms. Park was instrumental in lending a helping hand to a Cypress student and their family that had been going through a difficult loss and some financial challenges. Ms. Park supported both the student and family as well as supported our staff to assist the family as needed. She provided translation between parent and staff and provided support even during off-duty hours, even when she was homesick. Myself and the student's family were beyond grateful for Ms. Park's help and support that she provided during this difficult time. Thank you, Esther. Our next finalist is Cian Rapp, who's a teacher at Anaheim High School. Ms. Rapp was nominated by Ruben Calleros, her principal. Ms. Rapp is an exceptional educator whose dedication to her students extends well beyond her classroom duties. She acts as a tireless advocate for inclusion, making it her mission to ensure every student feels connected and valued. She consistently goes out of her way to support students by identifying their interests and personally connecting them to various programs and coaches on campus. Her classroom is a sanctuary space for all of her students, which truly embodies what it means to be a center of learning and service where students are the center. Students seek her out because of her compassion and willingness to go above and beyond the call of duty. On top of fulfilling her teaching and mentoring responsibilities, she goes out of her way to get to know what different programs we offer, who the advisors and coaches of these programs are, and makes introductions and advocates for her students' inclusion. She's an asset to our campus and the students she serves. Her efforts go beyond fulfilling job responsibility. It is a passion and a calling. Thank you, Ms. Rapp. Our next finalist is Margot Swastigi, who's a volunteer at Anaheim High School. She was nominated by Claudia Ruiz Flores, an assistant principal at Anaheim. So Ms. Swastigi first came to Anaheim as a new parent seeking to find her place after transitioning from another school. As a non-English speaker, she faced an additional challenge in navigating a new environment, yet her determination, warmth, and kindness quickly made her a familiar and welcoming presence. Ms. Swastigi began by attending parent meetings, eager to learn, connect, and support, and her positive spirit soon became a source of light in our community. She demonstrates kindness in countless ways. Every morning, she greets parents with a smile and a warm welcome, helping new families feel included. At lunch, she volunteers with students who know and respect her. She calls out poor behavior when needed, but always with patience and kindness, guiding students to make better choices. She gives comfort through small gestures, a sincere hug, a prayer on the spot, or a cheerful smile that that lifts the spirits of staff, students, or parents who are having a difficult day. She makes sacrifices for others, often taking multiple buses to get to school and staying the entire day on campus for activities so she doesn't miss an opportunity to help. She supports parents beyond school, connecting them with resources and offering guidance when they need extra help navigating challenges. She leads by example, raising her son, a respectful and service-minded young man who volunteers alongside her at church and in ministry. Despite being a single mom with limited resources, she never hesitates to give of herself. She has truly become a pillar of kindness at our school, a trusted and beloved parent who embodies the values of community, service, and inclusion. Thank you. Our next finalist is Nati Velez, who is also a volunteer. She is also a volunteer at Anaheim High School, and she was also nominated by Claudia Ruiz, assistant principal. So Ms. Velez deserves this recognition because she has led other parents by example as a devoted mother and a compassionate community leader. She arrived at Anaheim unfamiliar with the American school system, but has worked diligently to learn how to navigate it, not only for her own children's success, but also to support other newcomer students and parents facing the same challenges. She became an active member of ELAC, holding leadership positions in ELAC, School Site Council, Parent Learning Academy, Parent Walks, Community Schools, and DELA. In these spaces, she has represented and advocated for our student and parent community with respect and kindness. She's evolved into a confident leader on our campus and district, speaking up, asking questions, and engaging in crucial conversations that reflect the needs of families like hers. Her kind demeanor is evident in her actions, whether it's welcoming new families, guiding parents through ARIES, collaborating with FACES and community school staff, or supporting our students and administration in a positive and respectful manner. She models compassion, empathy, and encouragement when she speaks, and her uplifting demeanor inspires others. Thank you, Ms. Velez. And our finalist for the night is Sherry Wolf. Sherry is one of our school bus drivers, and she was nominated by Scott Sangren, the Director of Transportation. So Ms. Wolf is one of the drivers that helps to promote and organize get-togethers in our transportation yard. She is always one of the first people to volunteer to put together something special for the drivers. She believes that our department deserves special moments to foster a cohesive, supportive, and well-engaged team of drivers. She volunteers her services to anyone that needs her. She is a major asset in the department and is willing to help with extra bus routes when needed and always takes good care of the students on her route. Thank you, Ms. Wolf. So these are our Kindness Matters recipients for the year. Thank you to the nominators who took the time to show appreciation to our staff, students, and community members. And a big thank you to the recipients. We want you to know that your kind acts are noted and appreciated. Thank you.
I think I need the president's prerogative to speak.
These are the points.
I'll do it when I announce people.
This is This kind of drives me. You did.
Somehow we knew you would.
You know what confused me is that
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't stop.
Okay, we're on 9.1, Student Representative Report. Leah Garcia.
Hello, everyone. So this month, we led the first Cookie Connection Circle, and I started that this year as part of my initiative. My goal during my term, was to help all students be able to have their voices shared and actually act upon that. And although I do have summits through RSVP and the things that we do on campus, this was a special thing that I wanted to do to gather a student group who's not always heard. So I asked the teachers at Kennedy High School first to nominate students to come to a circle with lots of cookies, and we had a discussion that asked them whether they felt that they were feeling heard and seen in class and whether they truly felt they could make a difference. There were questions like this, and after the circle ended, we learned valuable information about the importance of a strong teacher and student relationship, as well as the missing gaps in places that students need help. So we're gonna continue following up with that and do one circle at every school site and junior highs. And in addition, all of our schools had a version of Dia de los Muertos, and I went to Westerns and it was very beautiful. Okay, so starting off with Anaheim High School. Anaheim High School hosted its first ever trunk or treat. They brought together students, clubs, and local businesses for a night of creativity and community connection. Next, at CVA, students explored the Bolsa Chica wetlands on their first field trip of the year, while ASB and TUP teamed up to turn awareness into action with the Hallway of Horror promoting a drug-free lifestyle. Next, at Cypress students showed leadership and collaboration by organizing a haunted house that brought over 300 students and families together for a night of thrills and teamwork. Next, at Kennedy students earned a place on the Orange County Youth Council. 2 of them showcased their commitment to leadership and community impact beyond campus. At Catella students celebrated 60 years of night pride through events like the RSP Summit and the Trunk or Treat, showing how creativity, culture, and community continue to define what it means to be a knight. At Loera's Lead Learning Walk gave students a chance to shine, leading classroom tours, presenting projects, and sharing their voices through speeches and panels that inspired visiting educators from across the country. At Magnolia's Dia de los Muertos celebration and pumpkin patch brought students together to honor culture, creativity, and community, turning learning into joyful fall memories. At Oxford's Once Upon a Dream Fall Ball gave students the chance to build friendships and confidence, celebrating the start of the year with music, laughter, and connection. At Savannah students took initiative by hosting their own college and career fair, exploring out-of-state opportunity and expanding their vision of the future. At Western students showcased their artistic growth through a series of powerful performances, from orchestra and choir to dance and band, celebrating the creativity and dedication that make our school community thrive. That's all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. And we have no student speakers forms turned in, so we're moving on to reports of associations. First, I'd like to recognize some people in the audience before we start speaking. One, Jeff Morgenstern from the ASTA president. We have James Grand from ASTA, Lacey Munger from APGA, Jennifer Sasai from ALTA, and earlier, I don't see her now, but Leah Hallstrom from, there she is, right, looking at me, from ROP. And we have Juan Alvarez. Was he still here? Okay, he is on the Anaheim Elementary School District Board, so he's not here. And we also have in the audience Al Jabbar, former board member, sitting in the back. So, Al, thank you. First up, Mr. Morgenstern.
All right. Good evening, Board President O'Neill, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, soon-to-be Superintendent Dr. Freed, colleagues, and community. Tonight, I am happy to report that the Anaheim Union High School District and the Anaheim Secondary Teachers Association have reached a tentative agreement for our contract negotiations for the 25-26 school year. We will be holding our contract ratification vote for our members next week, so everyone can go to Thanksgiving break knowing we have a great contract. With the spirit of appreciation, celebration, and collaboration, and on behalf of the 1,125 members of ASTA, I'd like to acknowledge the following individuals and groups. First, I'd like to highlight the Board of Trustees for recognizing what our teachers do every day in the classroom and for making the connection that class size and caseload caps will provide our teachers with the opportunity to be more effective and engaging with their students. To the AUHSD Cabinet, we appreciate your willingness and openness to listen to our teachers as they relate the challenges they are experiencing in their classrooms and to work with ASTA to remove or mitigate these challenges to truly unleash teacher and student potential in our classrooms. We also appreciate your recognition of the need to improve the direct services provided by both our SLPs and our RNs by reducing their caseloads. To our Anaheim Union community, our educators are thankful for your participation and support of the We Can't Wait campaign to help bring about the safe and fully staffed schools our students and families deserve. To our students, we truly are grateful for all that you continue to do to support and uplift your teachers. To the members of the Anaheim Secondary Teachers Association, I'd like to celebrate the amazing steps toward empowerment by becoming vocal and visible as you advocated and organized around the classroom and school site conditions for our students, for the classroom and school site conditions our students need to thrive. To our ASTA leaders on the executive board, your unceasing leadership was essential in bringing about a successful completion of our bargaining cycle. To our ASTA bargaining team, under the guidance of our chair, James Gorin, and our executive director, Mia Colacion, your tireless work ethic and skill to lead our newly expanded bargaining team of 20 ASTA members to survey, craft, and bargain the largest contract proposal in ASTA history. To the AUHSD bargaining team led by Assistant Superintendent Brad Jackson, along with Dr. Nancy Nguyen and Carl Waddell, we appreciate your honest, personable, and genuine engagement through this unprecedented bargaining cycle. To our amazing site reps and site organizing leaders led by our organizing chair, Danielle White, you created and executed a plan to engage all of our educational partners to create a consensus around much needed investments in our schools. Lastly, I want to acknowledge the support and guidance of our fellow We Can't Wait local teacher unions from across the state, as well as our CTA and NEA leadership and staff in providing support for this tentative agreement. This is an historic investment in the Anaheim Union High School community. It sets a stage for all of us to roll up our sleeves and collaboratively work together for the well-being of our community. Together, we will continue to build much-needed education coalition of management, labor, and community to ensure that the role of public education is not only protected, but continues to serve as the foundation for our democratic society. Thank you.
Thank you. Lacey Munger of APGA.
Good evening, President O'Neill, members of the board, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet, and community members. As you are aware, we just completed the AUHSD College and Career Fair last week, and in preparation, our counselors partnered with teachers across the district to deliver our college and career fair lessons at every site, ensuring our students walked into the event feeling informed, confident, and ready to make meaningful connections. These lessons created a common foundation for all students, leveling the playing field so every student could step into the fair with the same sense of purpose and possibility. And even for those who couldn't attend, they still received the information that will help them plan for their future years in AUHSD and beyond. This collective preparation highlights just how far we've come as a district, and here's a little history lesson. There was a time our veteran counselors of 20 plus years will remember when college fairs were isolated, site-specific, and shaped almost entirely by which colleges a counselor happened to know. It was actually a duty of the high school counselor to run their own college fair at their high school. Each high school ran its own event, and university attendance varied based on reputation of the school, geography, or how many of the high school students had historically applied to those schools. Equity wasn't built into the system back then. It was a matter of chance based on the school that the students attended. April Hancock, who was then a counselor at Oxford, who's now at Catella, helped change that trajectory. She saw the inequity firsthand and would arrange for buses to take Oxford students to Mater Dei's college fair, one of the largest in the region at the time. She was the one who openly questioned to our district leadership, why can't AUHSD offer something of this caliber for our students? And from that question 18 years ago, and I confirmed that with Teresa Rodarte today because she and I happened to be around at the same time, the AUHSD College Fair was born. And notice that the word career was not in there yet. It was just the college fair. The college fair in those years was counselor driven. Counselors used personal contacts to bring colleges to the table. We built workshops on financial aid, NCAA eligibility and admissions. We set up the event, we worked it, and we stayed to clean up. The roots of the college fair lived deeply in the commitment of our counseling teams. As we know, and have experienced over time, 18 years, the college fair has grown into something even more expansive. With district and community partnerships, it's transformed into a true community event, now the AUHSD College and Career Fair, that promotes opportunity, access, and aspiration for all students. While counselors are no longer at the forefront of the planning, we remain deeply invested in supporting it. We prepare students, guide families, and help ensure this event continues to be a cornerstone of access and equity in AUHSD. As one student stated on their college and career fair post survey, some steps I can take to learn more about my career is ask my counselor. Which brings us to this month, November, where counselors are once again in classrooms, this time guiding students through their academic planning process. From 7th graders mapping out the 6 years to 11th graders preparing for their final high school year, academic planning ensures every student sees that they do have a path to post-secondary success and that their schedules reflect true college readiness. By winter break, the goal of our counseling teams is for all students to clearly understand their path to college and career readiness based on the classes they plan to take next year and beyond. This is a new approach for us, showing students a path that they get to choose based on their strengths, interests, and aspirations. And the college and career fair lessons helped set this foundation. Post-survey data from the College and Career Fair shows that 70% of our students agreed or strongly agreed that the College and Career Fair lessons were relevant to their post-secondary plans. And 84% reported that the lessons taught them how to identify personal skills, values, and interests to help explore careers. A student captured the heart of our counselors when it comes to this work when they stated, "I learned that I don't have to stress about picking my career path when I have my counselors to help me out." As students continue to connect and travel their path through AUHSD, counselors will continue to guide and provide the possibilities that allow students to curate the type of experience they want to have. APGA will continue to share student stories with you every month as we travel the path with our students. And lastly, a shout out to Amy Cuellar for her well-deserved Kindness Matters recognition. She reflects the everyday work counselors do that isn't always seen, but always makes a difference for our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer Sasai.
Good evening, President O'Neill, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet, students, families, and members of the school community joining us in person and online. Our recent AUHSD College and Career Fair at the Anaheim Convention Center was a success, providing students with vital exposure to post-secondary opportunities. This event connected our students with colleges, universities, trade schools, and potential employers, offering a wealth of information to guide their decisions after graduation. Last night's band spectacular was a wonderful celebration of our district's musical talents, featuring inspiring performances from our junior high honor band and all our high school's field shows. During the event, there was a beautiful tribute to Mrs. Massey, the Walker Junior High School band director, who passed away last week. She was a dedicated and beloved educator who will be deeply missed by her students, colleagues, and the entire AUHSD community. We are exceptionally proud to announce that Oxford Academy has been nominated as a 2025 California Blue Ribbon School by the California Department of Education. This prestigious award, recognized by State Superintendent Tony Thurman, honors schools based on outstanding academic performance. Blue Ribbon schools are among the state's highest performing, and the nomination is a testament to the hard work of Oxford students, teachers, administrators, and families. Oxford Academy's creativity was also on display at the 2025 CSUF Titan Fast Pitch Finals. In a competition that grew 300 participants, 3 of their innovators pitched their future-focused business ideas. Aiden won 3rd place in Hydro for HydroGuard, Xavier for AutoSpecs, a fan favorite, and Shay with the Lux pillowcase. Congratulations to these young entrepreneurs and their teacher, Michael Reisenham, for guiding their success. Lexington recently held an extended celebration of Dia de los Muertos and Halloween that served as a testament to the campus' vibrant culture and deep student engagement. This was truly a cross-curricular experience highlighting student work from across disciplines. Students constructed meaningful ofrendas in Spanish class, showcased original artwork from art and photography classes, and served traditional enchiladas prepared in culinary arts. The event, which is also featured PE dance performances and campus-wide transformations by ASB, demonstrated the high level of pride, collaboration, and academic depth within the Lexington student body. The Hispanic Club at Orangeview Western 7th to 12th School hosted a vibrant Dia de los Muertos celebration on November 7th. The event brought together students, families, and staff to honor tradition and culture, featuring stunning student artwork and beautifully crafted altares. Attendees enjoyed student performances, but a major highlight was the Katrina competition, where students showcased elaborate costumes and makeup inspired by the iconic symbol of Dia de los Muertos. It was a true reflection of the school's commitment to community, culture, and student voice. Sycamore has seen meaningful work with their Puente program. They presented at the Puente State Conference, showcasing rigorous performance tasks and creative digital tools their students are using. Sycamore is also moving forward with their plans for a campus mural. During Career Day, they discovered that guest presenter Oliver Cortez Velasquez is not only a professional artist, but a Sycamore alumnus. This provides a meaningful opportunity to create murals that affect Puente values and celebrate student identity. Finally, at Magnolia High School, it was a banner month filled with community engagement. Their Pumpkin Patch and Day of the Dead celebration was a massive success, attracting approximately 1,000 people to the Mac Farm and the Quad for cultural dances. Magnolia's band also took first place at the Bellflower Field tournament, and Magnolia was recently named an Orange County Impact School, one of only 2 high schools to earn this recognition. They also earned a visit this week from the Orange County Department of Ed. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Dr. Sai.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone in the audience from the PTA? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentation. And we're going to go to Dr. Nean for 10.1 Hope School property.
Good evening. We do have our attorney here, Jerry Tao from Town Rossini, presenting the first part of the possibilities for the Hope property. And so there will be, our attorneys will be presenting some of the possible options for the board starting at this point. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate your time tonight. We wanted to talk a little bit about what it is that are available options for properties. Specifically, what we're looking at is the Hope School site. It's 19.93 acres. It has a number of potential uses based on where it's located. And part of it is the world has changed a lot with regard to schools and generally what it is that school districts can do with their assets. So we're going to talk a little bit about what it is that is generally available and some of the changes that have occurred recently. Oh, by the way, I have Barry Natovic. He's one of the associates at our firm. He helped work a lot of this up. I wanted him here so that if he had input or if you had questions, we would be happy to answer them, of course. So their typical methods of addressing property is the traditional method is you do surplus property. You notify various agencies, you go through a California Environmental Quality Act, you make the properties available under a Nailer Act, and then you go through this process where you evaluate whether the property should be sold, leased, and that's primarily what it is that districts have traditionally done. However, there have been a number of amendments to what's called the Surplus Land Acts. So what had happened was, you've probably heard there's been a recent move by the state of California to look harder and more carefully at low-income housing. While the original intent was to address cities and counties, it also has an effect on school districts. So the Surplus Land Act, primarily in 2019, 2023, 2024, and as recently as June of 2025, have amended and changed the landscape for school districts. Most notably, since you're in that city area, you'll remember the first time the Surplus Lands Act started to rear its head and change the environment was with regard to the sale of some of the property associated with Anaheim Stadium. That resulted in housing and community development oversight, and then some questioning about how come more of the property wasn't offered for low-income housing, how come the price was the way it was, and whether or not it was a proper deal in that particular case. So these amendments to the law have created a slightly different landscape, and we're going to talk a little bit about them. Most notably for school districts is this AB 130. What AB 130 did was, it was just passed, it's only a couple of months old, is it's focused on low-income housing. Specifically, if you go through and decide to sell property, there's a requirement that at least 15% of that property receive a restrictive covenant that it will be used for low-income housing. It also restricts some of the ways that school districts typically in the past had gone about selling property. For example, it used to be if you went through a surplus property advisory committee, what's traditionally called the 7-Eleven committee, you could then go sell property. What the legislation then did was they said, no, we want to restrict it some more. We want to make sure that we look at it much like what it is that happened with Anaheim Stadium. But some exceptions still exist, and I think that those exceptions are right down the alley of what it is the district is traditionally and has always been looking at. So since the very beginning, the district has really been looking at how is it that the district can hold on to its assets and leverage those assets not only for district purposes, for continuing what it is that your education program is and what it is that your primary goal is, and also figuring out ways to leverage and make some income associated with the property. Basically putting your assets to better and higher uses. School district properties, especially properties that are, junior highs, high schools, are larger properties, which means that a lot more options are available to you. So one of the methodologies is joint occupancy under Ed Code section 17515. That is exactly what it is, the methodology that allows you to leverage property. So up on the screen is what joint occupancy is. It is a method where you can offer property to a private or other public entity. They will then develop it as a leasehold interest for up to 99 years. And there are some requirements. You have a resolution, you have an RFP, you have to advertise for a certain amount of time, 3 weeks. And this opens the possibility for you to leverage the property for something that could be beneficial or more beneficial to you. Some of the areas that you could explore, medical use. Medical magnet, for example, is the way that you would incorporate it into the educational program. Senior or workforce housing, residential, retail, other special uses that would benefit what it is that the community wants and what it is that the district is looking for in the long term. So really, there's a lot of flexibility with regard to the ability to take this property and make more of it so that the district can bring something that is good for the district, good for the community, and good for the long-term fiscal responsibilities associated with the district. So I wanted to give you some examples. This is one that not many people know about, so I just wanted to give you two examples that I thought were really helpful for you to look at. This is Santa Monica Malibu School District. They used exactly this method, which is called joint occupancy. What they did was they had 3 properties, and 2 of the properties that put warehouses on, one of the properties that they put warehouses on, they put the old district office as part of that development. And then there was this other property, it's on 4th Street. You can drive past it, you can see it, you can touch it. It is a Hilton Suites. It is right against Santa Monica High School. So what they did was they took a part of Santa Monica High School, and the developer entered into a long-term land lease, and then they built a Hilton Suites on that property for guests to earn income for the district, and also so that the district would be able to, someday, this property would revert back to them. I'll just tell you what it is that has since happened, because I've kind of kept up a little bit with this project. The district has leveraged the other warehouse properties, and they took this property back. So this is now completely under Santa Monica Malibu District control now, and they are continuing, and they're doing more with the property. They're looking at different possibilities, including the possibility of doing some workforce housing there. Another project that Barry and I just finished doing is also quite interesting. This is also using the joint occupancy statute, a 99-year lease. It is a school, it's a building that is actually built on 2 neighboring parcels. One parcel is a parcel that is part of a continuation high school, and the rest of the parcel is property that is zoned industrial. So what the district did was they put out an RFP, much like what it is that we're suggesting to you, and that RFP said that the developer would develop warehouses on the industrial property, and on the parking lot of the continuation high school, the district wanted a new district office, approximately 60,000 square feet. So the developer built 600,000 square feet of warehouses, and as part of that development, they built a 60,000 square foot district office to the district specs at no cost. So the long-term development potential resulted in something that worked out great for the district, also good for long-term, and also leveraged assets for something that was highly beneficial. So this is just a microcosm of possibilities. Remember, some of these properties are actually a little smaller than what it is that a high school property might offer. So we wanted to present those as 2 examples. Not saying that we want you to do that. We're just saying the possibilities are endless of what it is that you could do. So we asked the board, and we conducted a quick survey of what it is that your interests are. And we've put up here what it is that the top entries in the survey that we received back from the survey was. And the options that were favored were career technical education, a medical magnet, healthcare clinic in partnership with a provider of some form, an early childhood center, and the possibility of workforce housing. let's talk for a second about workforce housing. Along with the move for low-income housing, the legislature has opened the door for workforce housing too. You do need to be careful with workforce housing, so I'm going to just talk about it for a second. Workforce housing is not low-income housing. It is a function and has some relationship to low-income housing, but generally the people that work at the district are above what it is that low-income housing is. So there are some incentives that workforce housing provides, not as good as the incentives for low-income housing, but it's possible to put together a project where you receive some of the increases that are allowed for density, some of the changes associated with parking that are allowed, some of the benefits associated with creating workforce housing. There's some statutes that have opened up the possibility of workforce housing as one of the possibilities for you, and incentives for higher density. This would just be a part of an overall development. These are all things that might be helpful for you to look at and putting out an RFP or looking for a partner to work with you long-term on a development. This is a rough map. We put on here a couple of examples of possible projects, including medical magnet, housing for seniors, just as examples of what it is that could be done, because based on the size, you can tell there are multiple projects that actually could be housed on this property. So the next steps. The way we would do it through a joint occupancy is we would put together a series of requests for proposals. We would evaluate those requests for proposals, and then ultimately, at the board's option, it's possible to enter into a joint occupancy arrangement that you feel suitable and that you feel is in the right vein of what it is that the board is looking for. So with that, we're happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Can you give a definition of workforce housing?
Workforce generally is teachers and staff. What we typically suggest with workforce housing is approximately 20% or approximately 20% or so low-income housing to generate some of the incentives, because there are staff that would fit into that category. But workforce housing also includes teachers and other staff people who find it convenient or better to be able to live close to or within the district.
The qualifier for low-income housing?
It's actually based on, you know the number, right? The way it's done.
The number offhand, no, but it's based on a particular statutory prerequisite. You can change again
So
it's county by county.
what they do is they base it on a per capita survey of results, and then they have a table. So for every county or every city, there's a table.
And in both workforce housing and low-income housing, are there time limits or term limits on those for the amount of time you could live there?
So what I usually do with these, and I'm working on one of these projects right now that's going to transfer over to LA Unified. What we typically do is we put a covenant on the property saying that it must be a employee of the district. If an employment ends, then there's a certain amount of time for that person to vacate the property. Typically, it'll be managed by a management company of some form.
It's my understanding that it's really hard to find developers to develop low-income housing. Is there an advantage to workforce housing?
The workforce housing is changing a lot. There is something called the Teacher Workforce Housing Act of 2000, and I think it's 2020. I think it's 2021, if I remember correctly. So slowly the legislature has been putting in more with regard to workforce housing. The incentives are not quite as good as low-income housing. There are people that are out there doing low-income housing. I actually don't suggest going there. And here's the reason why. If you are basing everything on the incentives associated with low-income housing, there's actually a way to get those financed, and it's a completely kind of different system. What happens is you become locked into the low-income kind of sector. And then the properties tend to not be available for what it is that you're actually looking for, which is your own workforce, your own teachers, your own staff people that you would want to be able to offer the housing to. LA Unified just did one of these projects, and they allowed a low-income housing developer to come in, and it had a restrictive covenant, and they literally cannot have any of their own staff live in that property.
Okay.
So that's why I would say be very careful. So that's why we're developing another one, and we're developing it with only 20% low income.
The statute's changed recently, so we wouldn't structure it the way that the LAUSD project was structured. But you have 50% market rate, 20% moderate income, and 30% low income. So the market rate units sort of float the lower income units more viable.
So is it a particular unit that is designated as low income, or is it just a number of units within a complex area? Just percentage. So the moderate could be right next door to a low income, it's or an average, okay. Okay.
I had a question regarding the request for proposals. Is the request for the 99 years that this term is for, or how does that process work?
We typically request 99 years because typically in order to finance a project like this, the developer will need a certain amount of income stream in order to actually do the financing. In the past, the statute used to be only for 66 years. And we found that that kind of limited options. So we found that generally the 99 years works. Just to kind of give you an idea, there are actually a couple of examples of the 99 years. City of Cerritos, most of the area where that town center area is, that's all on 99-year leases. And all of Hawaii is on 99-year leases.
The Santa Monica Malibu Hotel Hilton, what happened to that? Did it just fail? Did it generate a lot of?
It's doing well. Actually, I didn't tell you everything. So right next to, let me find that slide for you. I apologize. So you see over on the right, so they developed not only the hotel on the left, but they also developed a building that looks exactly like it on the right. So when Santa Monica Malibu took the property back and then they extended the lease on the warehouses, what they did was they moved their district office to the building on the right. And they continue to operate through an operational company, the hotel on the left, though they're thinking about the possibility of doing more with that property.
So when we're talking about having a mixed-use property for whatever the uses are, what about the permitting processes for the different entities? Because I'm assuming different types of businesses require different types of permits from the city that it's in, which is Buena Park.
Mm-hmm.
So have you seen where there's roadblocks in being able to obtain the permission from the city through the, or having to change the zoning, or what has been your experiences?
With most developments, it is possible to approach the city in order to address zone changes, general plan amendments that might be necessary. Right now, the property is zoned residential, and which, by the way, is highest and best use. It will actually, if you did residential, would generate the most income. So what you would what you're actually looking at is something a little different than residential, because residential is not really within what it is that you're looking for long-term district interest, district project, something that would benefit the community and be something that you would be proud of. So the possibilities are actually fantastic with regard to the city of Buena Park. They're interested in your project. They have been discussing this possibility with staff. We've just recently did a project out there, and they were very supportive of the project out on Beach Boulevard. There is a medical center, multi-story, 5 stories. That's in the city of Buena Park. They were very supportive of the changes necessary for that project. We expect very similar. I'm not saying it'll be perfect, but I do think that the city will cooperate with us. It's a little easier process than some of the larger cities.
Okay.
Have any of your projects considered senior housing?
That one, the one that I just talked about, the bottom 3 floors are medical offices. Actually, I think the bottom 2 floors are medical offices. The top 3 floors are all senior housing. Interestingly, the seniors really like living above their doctors.
Yeah, I would think so.
So that one,
the medical magnet.
I heard that one had a waiting list of something like a couple of hundred people wanting to live above their doctors.
Wow. Well, we've given you a challenge, I feel, because you've listed all of our wants, and I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your experience with this. So we're looking forward to what you bring us.
Well, thank you very much. I will say this, if it's any consolation. I know that not only are there a lot of interest of the Board of Education in bringing something that will be valuable to the public, the community, and also along the lines of what it is that the district is all about. But we're also going to be looking very hard at the spreadsheets, the fiscal responsibility, and the ability to make this a financially and fiscally viable project. So we're going to be looking at both sides of the equation to make sure that this is something that will pay for itself and also generate income for the district.
Thank you. Any more questions? None? No? Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay. Next item is number 11, public comments, open session items. Opportunities for public comments occur at the beginning of each agenda item, and at this time for items not on the agenda. Persons wishing to address the Board of Trustees should complete a speaker request form, excuse me, available at the back of the table. Each speaker is limited to a maximum of 2 minutes. Each topic or item is limited to a total of 20 minutes. Board members cannot immediately respond to public comments as stated on the speaker request form. The first speaker is Lori Hernandez.
Good evening, board members, educators, and community members. My name is Lori Hernandez, and I'm a member of the community grieving Mia Mejia. This tragedy highlights the failures of every safety policy ignored and outdated at AUHSD. Students have a right to a learning environment free from discrimination, harassment, bullying, and violence. Your non-discrimination harassment board policy is clear. Employees who witness acts of discrimination are required to intervene. Students and employees who engage in this conduct shall be subject to appropriate consequence or discipline. These are not suggestions. They are promises made to every family in this district. Here is the heartbreaking urgency. Your safe and secure learning environment policy was last updated in May of 2005. Your student discipline policy was last updated in 2003. These rules, which govern our children's safety and well-being, were written before the first smartphone ever existed. We are fighting 21st century dangers where cyberbullying and online threats are constant and lethal with 20-year-old policies. This institutional neglect is clearly visible right now. We researched your district website for lifelines, the mental health social services page, and the detailed outline of the school safety program. What did we find? Broken links and a vacuum of resources. These pages, which should clearly define life-saving suicide prevention protocols, are functionally empty. This isn't a 404 technical error. It is a clear sign that student welfare and crisis response is not a functional priority. Look at what other districts are doing right now. Garden Grove USD keeps the Stop It anonymous reporting system highly visible. Laguna Beach USD's We Tip is easily accessible to students and parents. Los Alamitos and Irvine USD have thorough modern suicide prevention board policies, and San Ramon Valley USD joined the School Superintendents Association and the JED Foundation's District Mental Health Initiative, which is a transformational program using evidence-based frameworks to address youth mental health and suicide prevention. As Dr. David Schuler of AASA stated, getting in front of the youth mental health crisis requires thinking besides one size fits all. AUHSD must stop relying on 2-decade-old rules and join this movement towards modern comprehensive safety standards. Let me emphasize that the most painful impact, suicide remains the second leading cause of death among young people aged 12 to 24. We lost Mia Mejia. We cannot afford to lose another student because our rules are 2 decades old or because our crisis resources lead to broken links. Our children's safety deserves better, and their lives depend on your immediate action. I urge you, review, update, and fully resource these policies now. Thank you very much.
Ariel Zaruba.
Good evening. My name is Ariel, and I'm a community member, concerned parent, and supporter of the Mejia family. I also want you to know that my mom started her career as a teacher at John Marshall Elementary here in the great city of Anaheim before she moved to the Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District, where she taught for 30 years until she retired. I have great respect for educators and understand the unique challenge they face. I'm also well aware that they are responsible for keeping our children safe, especially while they are on campus. Lexington Junior High has a long history of failing to keep its students safe, and this must end. Systemic change is not only necessary, but should be made a priority. Mia was one of my daughter's closest friends, and I knew Mia as a sweet, compassionate, and talented young girl. Losing her has been devastating to everyone who knew, loved, and cared for her. We must prevent another tragedy from happening. I stand before you today and request that you adhere to the requests made by the Mejia family, which I fully support and endorse, to guarantee the safety of other students and honor the life of Mia. These steps include launch an immediate investigation into all individuals identified by witnesses who engaged in prohibited discrimination, harassment, intimidation, or bullying against Mia Mejia and other students. Commit to disciplinary action based on the investigation's findings. Commit to full public disclosure of the investigation's findings and a transparent plan for systemic change to address the root cause of Lexington Junior High's failure to keep students safe. Immediately launch a bereavement support group for Mia's friends and classmates, which should be facilitated by a qualified, independent mental health professional. Approve and mandate specialized training and educational resources focused on suicide loss prevention and anti-bullying for the entire student body and all faculty. Establish a permanent, mandatory, and well-funded anti-bullying and suicide prevention program in honor of Mia. Mia's family and friends are not the only ones who lost Mia on March 17th. Our entire community lost a 13-year-old girl who showed compassion and kindness to those around her. If adhering to these requests I just mentioned just saved one life, wouldn't it be worth it? Thank you.
Natalie Magana.
Okay. Good evening, members of the board, administrator, and community members. I stand before you today heartbroken and angry because the child I knew and loved, Mia Mejia, lost her life as a result to relentless bullying. Mia was a daughter, a friend, and one of the kindest souls you'll ever meet. She smiled at everyone. She cared deeply about others. She had big dreams. She loved gymnastics and wanted to be a college gymnastics coach one day. She had such a bright, beautiful future ahead of her, but her future was stolen because the system that was supposed to protect her did not. For a long time, Mia was bullied, not only by students, but teachers who should have protected her. She was teased, humiliated, and made to feel like she didn't belong. I'm so sorry. And even though people who saw it reported it, nothing was done. No one stepped in, no one stopped it. This tragedy was preventable. But prevention requires compassion, accountability, and action. 3 things that this district has been missing for a long time. When students report bullying, they're too often dismissed or ignored. When families raise concerns, they're met with silence and excuses. And when heartbreak like this happens, we hear the same empty phrases. We're investigating, we're reviewing our policies, but nothing truly changes. Our children are not just numbers to us. They're not attendance rates, test scores, budget lines. They're human beings with hearts, fears, and dreams. Yet this district continues to treat them like statistics instead of the souls and human beings that they are. Every time bullying goes unaddressed, especially when adults take part in it, the message is clear. Their pain doesn't matter, their safety doesn't matter, and their voices don't matter. Well, it matters to all of us. It mattered to Mia, it matters to her family, her friends, and to every student who now walks your schools carrying the same fears she did. Even after Mia passed, the district failed again. There was no grief counselors, no safe space for these students to mourn, and no acknowledgement of the pain this community was and still facing today. Students were left grieving alone as if Mia's life and death didn't matter. To me, this is very unacceptable, so I stand here today to demand change, not only another policy review, but real change that matters. Train and hold your teachers, students, and staff accountable when they bully or look the other way when it happens. Protect our students, not the system. And when tragedy strikes, offer the students the mental health and grievance support they deserve. Because one more child lost is one too many for this community. Mia deserved better, and every student in your district deserves better, and it's time to do better, and that starts with all of you today. Thank you for your time.
Nora Gonzalez. It's okay, take your time.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nora, and I'm Alexa's mom. Alexa and Mia were best friends since kindergarten and remained inseparable throughout their early school years. They were separated in 6th grade when Alexa's homeschool became Ball Junior High, and her transfer to request to Lexington was placed on a wait list. My daughter, Alexa, has been deeply affected by the tragic loss of her best friend, Mia Mejia. This heartbreaking event has left her with overwhelming grief, doubt, and many unanswered questions. As a parent, I share in this pain not only as someone mourning the loss of a young girl, but also as a concerned mother witnessing the devastating consequences of what appears to be serious systematic failures in student safety and supervision. I strongly urge you to take the Mejia's family's request seriously and to act immediately to ensure accountability, transparency, and meaningful changes that will prevent such tragedy from ever happening again. Thank you.
Veronica Mejia.
Evening board members, educators, and community members. We are here again. You say you heard us, but you didn't listen. My daughter was assaulted and was harassed on your watch. 245 days later, nothing has been done. You are using my family and the community irreparable harm. We ask for independent investigation. We ask for someone impartial, unbiased, with no ties to the district. You hire an attorney with an existing contract with the district. This attorney called me from the school district. She wanted me to meet here at the district. It's undeniable, a conflict of interest. We ask for disciplinary actions and forge your own anti-bullying, student suspension, and student expulsion policies. Enforce your own code of ethics and employee conduct and disciplining policies. We ask for comprehensive anti-bullying and suicide prevention program for students, staff, and parents. Why do you refuse the resources? Do you want more tragedies? This is painful for us. We are grieving. Please help us. All of you guys are parents. All of you have kids. Please, try not to be on my shoes. Thank you.
Bianca Garcia.
Evening board members, educators, and community members. I'm so disappointed. Last month, I shared my extensive history with this district and my pride being an AUHSD alum. Today, I am ashamed. In 2020 to 2021, the Anaheim Union High School District Board of Trustees supported and designated AUHSD as a district of kindness and compassion. Mr. Matsuda was the superintendent and the secretary to the Board of Trustees at the time. Where is the kindness? Where is the compassion? Mia Mejia's family provided clear ways to support. Please stop the narrative that the district is supporting the family. None of the asks have been met. The district failed Mia while she lived and is now failing her memory. The Mejia family did not get the crisis response process the district outlines. The district did not assign a representative to inform the principal of the family's needs. The family did not get the communication memos. The district has not provided the family resources guides. Still waiting on those. The district failed to control rumors and misinformation. Why is that? Mr. Hoshi, in the one response I received from you because you ignored my series of follow-ups, you said the district is committed to providing its students with the resources to position them for success. How can that be true when you tolerate violence on school grounds? If Mia had grown up in your city of Cypress, would you care? Would it mean something to you if she was a local girl? Does the fact that Mia was born and raised in a different side of the district stop you from taking action? Mia Mejia was a transfer. Is this why she didn't get proper treatment? Were systemic barriers the reason her laptop being broken by another student was overlooked? Her missing class to go cry in the bathroom ignored? The ongoing bullying dismissed and the rejection from the mental health club? Every student, regardless of their birth city, home city, side of the district, deserves equal protection and access to support. Mia Mejia's light was extinguished far too soon. I will never stop honoring her memory, and honoring her includes demanding action. It is possible to implement lasting commitment to student safety, protection, accountability, and real systemic changes.
Amber Proliga.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Amber Polega, and I'm a program director at Era Gymnastics, where Mia Mejia was a dedicated and talented competitive gymnast. I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of our gymnastics community, Mia's teammates, her friends, and countless students across our Orange County who have been deeply affected by her loss. Last school year, Mia endured persistent bullying at Lexington Junior High School. And despite the warning signs, despite the plans for help, pleas for help, nothing was done. The lack of action, the lack of accountability cost a bright young girl her life. But the tragedy didn't end there. The silence, then the inaction from this district has sent a chilling message to every child who is struggling right now. Our gymnasts tell us they're afraid to speak up. They believe that if they come forward about them being bullied, their schools won't protect them. They believe that what happened to Mia could happen to them. This is not the kind of fear any child should have to carry. Mia's death shattered her family. It broke the hearts of her coaches and teammates who now train with an empty space where their friend once stood. It has shaken an entire community that trusted the schools to care for its children. This is not just one school, one student, or one tragedy. This is about a pattern of neglect that must end. We are asking, no, we are demanding that Lexington Junior High School in this district take real, transparent, and immediate action. This means investigating what happened, implementing stronger anti-bullying policies, holding staff accountable, and ensuring that every student who asks for help is actually heard. You have an opportunity right now to do what should have been done for Mia to protect the next child who is struggling before it's too late. Please don't let Mia's story be just another tragedy that fades away. Let it be the turning point where this district finally chooses to act.
Dulce Sotelo.
Good evening, board. My name is Dulce Sotelo, and I am here to speak for Mia Mejia, who was only 13 years old. 13. The same age my own daughter endured bullying. This heartbreaking case is one that raises serious concern about how we as a community and school treat our children, how school is handling bullying, and how we are failing all our children with the lack of disciplinary actions. Bullying is not kids are being kids. It goes way deeper than that. We need to take action. We need to implement an anti-bullying and suicide prevention program. As a district and community, we can turn this tragedy into meaningful change, one that's gonna honor Mia Mejia's memory. You know, we say we lose one child, we lose a lot. And I always say they're not, you know, my kids are not only my kids, I have a lot of kids in our community. And as a community, it's our job to speak up for them. And as a district, it is our job to keep them safe. Thank you.
Jose Gloria?
Good evening, school board members. Yeah, my name is Jose Gloria Hernandez. I spoke earlier, but wasn't able to come to the last board meeting, but I just definitely wanted to be here in solidarity with the parents of Mia Mejia. You know, this issue hits home for me. My uncle, my aunt came at the last board meeting, Miguel and Lucy, and they were the godparents of Mia. And so, you know, I remember seeing her at different events of our family, and, you know, just so full of life and so full of joy, and obviously beloved by her family and friends and everybody here. So, you know, when we heard about her tragic passing, it was just devastating, and, you know, to see, you know, that the grieving that the family, you know, went through, and that was tough. But then the things that have been happening recently, you know, just really adds insult to injury, and doesn't allow this family and this community to properly grieve, knowing that at the very least, you know, there was a thorough investigation done by an independent body, individual that can represent a fair place and not just be on the side of defending the school district. I know that it's, you know, the district and the apparatus errs on the side of trying to defend and protect, you know, from lawsuits and litigations and whatnot. But, you know, this is not okay, what happened. I don't know where the ball was dropped, but the ball was definitely dropped. And I'm just disappointed, heartbroken, and beyond frustrated that this family has have to go through that, you know, and that claims that they had been reached out to when they in fact were not. It was just really infuriating, especially. So, you know, as like somebody that graduated from, you know, high school from this district that loves this community very much, you know, I just demand that we do everything possible to make sure that this family has the accountability and the closure that they deserve at this point, but more importantly, and for the future, that we prevent these kinds of things from ever happening again, because you know, we live in a time now where suicide is prevalent in our communities, and with the rise of social media and AI and all these things, we're seeing more and more that our kids need the adults in the room, the district, and, you know, the community to be able to be there and to have that whistleblower kind of apparatus so that they can ask for help and get that help immediately so that we never have this happen again. So long live Mia Mejia. Thank you.
As I said earlier, the board cannot have a discussion with anybody that comes forward to make a presentation like this. However, I will tell you that the board here, and we have a new board member, so I can speak on for the four, and I hope the five of us, that we do understand your heartfelt loss. We understand the pain we try to understand the pain you're going through, and we are looking inward here at the district of what is happening. I personally can't quite understand the loss that you as a parent can feel as with the loss of a child. But I know that your loss is very heavy, and I think, speaking for the board, that we feel a heavy loss for your daughter also, for you. So thank you for being here and expressing your concerns. Next speaker is Jose Lara.
Thank you, Board of Trustees. Congratulations to Dr. Magalas for your appointments, and congratulations for the board for coming to consensus on that. I know it's a difficult task. My condolences to the Mia Mejia family for your loss as well. I'm here to talk about something a little bit different, however, and that is something that the Gilbert Heights community has been asking for a long time, which is actually the first resolution that Dr. Magalas will have an opportunity to vote on, and that's item 13.1, the Gilbert High School Site Improvement Project. And what this site improvement project will do will bring a fencing project to Gilbert High School, something that our students, our community has been asking for since I came to Gilbert. It was actually one of the first asks. One of the first tasks we do as administrators when we come to a new site is have conversations. What can we do to help and improve it? One of the first asks has actually been, hey, we need more safety on our campus. And it's come in different routes. We have more social workers now. We have a social-emotional learning curriculum that we have implemented at Gilbert. We have restorative practices. All our climate surveys say that when it comes to social-emotional supports, and we have it at Gilbert, and it shows. It's demonstrated. It works. The training our teachers have received and receive every single year is getting implemented, capturing good hearts, the support we get from district. However, there is one missing piece, and it's a physical piece, wrought iron piece, and that is a physical fence. So board members, I urge you to vote yes on this resolution to move forward with our fencing project. It's one piece of many pieces we hope to see at Gilbert. I often say we have Gilbert High School students, but you know what we really have is we have Catella students at Gilbert. We have Anaheim students at Gilbert. We have Kennedy students at Gilbert. We have Cypress students at Gilbert. Many of those students return to their schools and do great. As a matter of fact, one of the students, and I'll share very briefly, young man came over from Kennedy High School. Great kid, fell behind because he had a loss in his family and was grieving the loss of his family. Couldn't focus, couldn't do well in school. Came to Gilbert, he's the vice president of our music club. Doing amazing, and I'm at a loss because he's gonna go back to Kennedy. I'm sure he's gonna do great things at Kennedy. He caught up in his credits, he's doing great work with our amazing teachers in our music program that we have. We actually have Ms. Fries here. Shout out to Ms. Fries. That do implement programs that are great for kids, that get them back on track, that give them the hug and support that they need when tragedy hits their lives. So board members, thank you for continuing to support Gilbert and our larger AUHSD community. And once again, Dr. Magalas, congratulations. I'm glad to see you up there on the dais. Thank you.
I think that's Jermaine Newman, Chow.
Thank you, board, public, staff. Congratulations, Dr. Magalas. Welcome to the board. This gives us an opportunity to think about our board and the situation that our board has had with Kathleen Smith, who dedicated her service to our community for almost 3 decades on this board. I would like to call on you as board members to consider instituting term limits by Mr. O'Neill. It is really one of those things that you can institute for yourselves. As we see tonight with the legacy of our board policies not being updated for over 20 years, these are some things that like a fresh face could really bring to our board and require our community to be more engaged with our school district and support our openness and developing more leaders. A three-year term of four years, each term, that would be 12 years. That would be more than like substantial for you to make a difference in our community and yet also allow other people to grow and develop and continue to get new ideas into our district. I'd also like to say that I'm really here to support the Mejia family. You know, in January 2021, my son's, one of his closest friends, committed suicide. And I'm really disappointed because I'm hearing the same things that the Mejia's family is talking about as those things that I sat and talked to Mr. Matsuda, Jehern Fried, Robert Saldivar, Carlos Hernandez. We were all in meetings with our parents, and we're talking about the same exact things that this family is asking for our district. Adela Cruz was in those meetings. To hear that 5 years later, these things are still going on, and they haven't the commitment of the district to support our families, especially in need. Mental Health Parent Ambassadors was a program that you agreed to support and fund and continue so we could deal with the stigmatism of mental health with our families and really address that. That program was canceled. I don't know what happened. We had endless meetings on our agenda. We had regular meetings, and then month after month after month, your staff canceled those meetings. And where is that program today? This family could have really used those services on the support of mental health. And all of our families, the 25,000 students in our district, deserve this kind of support and commitment that actually stays. Don't make it a moment of one time you're going to respond and say your prayers and thoughts. Let's make it sustainable, guys. Come on, let's make it sustainable for all of our students at Anaheim Union High School District. Thank you.
Robert Nakayama.
Thank you, Board, for my time up here, and congratulations to my classmate, Dr. McAllis over there. It's been a while since we were at Loire together, huh? I wanted to come up here and take a moment to talk about Gilbert High School, and just let everybody here know that it is a truly special place in the heart of Anaheim. It's not just a school, it's a community built on resilience, opportunity, and genuine support for our students. What makes Gilbert High School great is the way that it welcomes every student with open arms and believes in their potential. Here, students are encouraged to grow, try, fail, and try again in order to learn from their challenges and discover what they're capable of achieving. The staff and teachers work tirelessly, not only to teach, but to inspire and guide. Their dedication creates an environment where students feel understood, valued, and motivated to succeed. Gilbert is a place where second chances become new beginnings, and where students learn that their past does not define their future. It's a school full of determination, pride, and community spirit. Gilbert High School stands as a shining example of what education can be when everybody is committed to helping each student find their own path. So I urge you, please help us with the missing piece of our puzzle and vote yes on the funding project, on the fencing project. Thank you.
Monique Masson.
Good evening, board members, and congratulations, Dr. McAllis. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for hopefully supporting our Gilbert High School fencing project. Your decision reflects a strong commitment to protect and improve the safety of our campus for our students, staff, and community. Throughout my years at Gilbert, I have listened to numerous stories from our youth, and most have a common theme of always finding Gilbert to be a safe haven full of loving and caring staff who want to see them grow and succeed. Thank you for your contribution in improving our environment so that we may continue to maintain a safe space for our youth. Thank you for your support and time.
Janelle Fries. There she is.
Hello and good evening. I'm Janelle Fries. I've been a teacher in the district for, well, in California for 36 years, 30 of those years in the Anaheim Union High School District, after graduating from Kennedy High School and also attending Walker Junior High. So I'm a child of the district. My father served as a principal in the district, so I'm a really proud AUHSD family member. I also would like to extend my condolences to the Mejia family. I'm also a parent. I have 3 children, and they all attended schools in this district. I live in the district, and I can't imagine the unfathomable grief you're experiencing. And I was hoping we could just take a moment of silence, please. For Mia, thank you. I'd also like to tell you how special it is to be a teacher at Gilbert High School. Gilbert High School is indeed a special place, as Mr. Nakayama said, and it's a family. It's a really special school, and I want to thank each and every one of you up here for supporting our programs that support our students and their families and our community. A funny thing happened, though, that reminded me of the need for our fence. We were in the middle of our annual pie throwing contest when all of a sudden we were in a level 3 lockdown. There was a shooting just a few feet away from the front of our school where there is no fence. And I'd like to just reiterate something that my son said right here in this very spot exactly 1 year ago at a board meeting. He said, "My mom has been teaching at Gilbert High School for nearly 30 years, and I know for a fact that her workspace has never been renovated or upgraded once. That goes beyond before I was born." He also said that during his mother's career, quote, "She loves being part of the Gilbert family, but Gilbert High School's facilities are in dire need of improvement, and they deserve your attention today. Since she's taught at Gilbert High School, she and her teachers and students and staff have earned the distinction of Gilbert being a community school, democracy school, model continuation school, and the highest honor received, Civic Learning Award of Excellence. Yet, I am still concerned for my mom's safety and her well-being there. Gilbert High School really needs to support funding for new facilities, improvements, and a new fence to keep her colleagues and her students and staff safe. Your support would help keep everyone safe and promote a better learning experience for everyone at Gilbert and in the school community. I hope you will honor that. Thank you."
Okay, that's moving on to item 12, Superintendent and Staff Report. Mr. Superintendent.
My laptop's down the way. Just a quick report. In case you didn't know, I was going to talk about the College and Career Fair that Dr. Sasai and others mentioned, Ada Lacey Munger, but I just want to give massive recognition to our staff who put that event on. It's bigger than planning a wedding. So not only to Carlos Hernandez and I know Allison Conrad, along with Charles Koo, but you also have all of our support staff, Maribel, Patty Ardando, Laura, Sochi. There's so many folks that Teresa Rodati was here earlier that make that event happen. It goes bigger and bigger every year. We learn and get feedback to make it better every year, but I just want to thank the staff for the great work in making that happen. I also want to just take a moment to recognize we have a couple teams do well in athletics, and we'll bring them to the board at a future board meeting. But we had a couple of CIF championships. We had the girls volleyball team from Cypress High School win their CIF championship. We also had the girls volleyball team from Anaheim High School as finalists. They were runner-up, but still that's a tremendous honor to get to the finals of CIF. And then we also had the girls flag football team from Anaheim High School become CIF champions. So 3 CIF champions in one season is pretty remarkable. And I know Leah left, but we also are now in the midst of cross-country CIF. So we may have more champions, individuals in our midst as well as we progress into the season. But just wanted to share that good news. And again, at a future board meeting, we'll bring the CIF championship teams to be recognized.
Just to build off of that, we still have one football team alive in the playoff, and that is Anaheim High School. So good luck to them this Friday. Hopefully not in the rain, but they will be playing against Alhambra at Glover Stadium. So good luck to them.
And you said that will be in Alhambra?
Glover Stadium versus Alhambra.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry.
Quarterfinals.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Moving on to items of business, resolutions. Resolution 13.1. 13.1, resolution number 2025/26-F-02, notice of exemption for the Gilbert High School Site Improvement Project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Quick question?
Yes, certainly.
I know the city of Anaheim was also, I believe, looking into doing landscaping as well in the area. Can we make sure to connect with them to coordinate the project if it's around the same time as the fencing?
Definitely, yeah. We'll reach out and to see when their project will be. And so hopefully after this, after we file these notice of exemptions, then hopefully we can proceed very pretty quickly at this point. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have a
go ahead.
I just have a clarifying question. So this site, after this is done, will be a single point of entry, one way in, one way out.
Right, so the way that's set up, yes, so, correct. So it's already all designed, it was already ready, I believe, so we just have to wait for a couple of these paperwork and then we can get going pretty soon. As I recall, it's moving, already, so I just need to, get like the correct date. I don't want to give you a date that I can't remember, but we have a lot of projects going on. But okay, I can get that date out soon for you guys to say when it's actually going to start. Mm-hmm. But we'll definitely coordinate with the city as well to see what they're doing as well. So.
Good. Michelle Trejo?
I was just going to say, I'm really glad that we don't have to go through the whole process with
right.
the CEQA,
Yeah.
because that can be months and months and months of.
Correct. So yeah. So that's the if there's no environmental impact, we can just declare that under certain circumstances. So this one, we are filing for the notice of exemption. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more comments, questions? Okay. This is a roll call vote. Dr. Macias? McCullough. McCullough.
It's okay. Aye.
Mr. Hoshi.
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo.
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Aye. That's 5-0. Nice to hear the number 5. Resolution number 2025-26-F-03, notice of exemption for South Junior High School Site Improvement Project.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments? Roll call vote. Dr. Macias? McCullough. I'll get there.
Aye.
Dr. Yeah, there we go. Yes, did you say aye?
Yes.
Aye. Okay. Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's 5-0. Okay, we'll see what happens this next time. 13.3, resolution number 2025-26-F-04, support of various career technical education facilities programs, projects, and grant applications. Roll call vote. We have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Dr. McCullough?
Aye.
Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 1 out of 3, huh? Okay. Next, a resolution number 2025-E-12, Day of the Special Educator. Roll call.
So moved.
Motion and second. Comments? Seeing none? Dr. McCullough?
Aye.
Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye, 5-0. Business Services, 13.5, School-Connected Organizations, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions?
So, Mr. O'Neill, it says these organizations are required to submit an annual application to operate within the district.
That's correct.
So every year, do our booster clubs, do they?
That's correct.
Okay.
This
I
is
just
this is
wanna-
new, starting
New
this
policy.
year.
Oh, starting, okay.
Yeah.
So the ones that did it last year have to resubmit?
This is the first time we're doing it, so we started training. Remember last year we had in February as well as in March, we had a virtual meeting, we had a in-person meeting as well. And so every single club have to have at least one representative from their organization to come to the training. And we also, if they couldn't, we try to work with them. So we need them to get on board. And so will be hopefully closing out portions of for this year. And then we will then again in the spring start the process all over again. So this is part of the process so they understand what's all required. And we can, and Joe is here, so if you have any additional questions, Joe's been the one to do the training. We have our auditor did the initial training for us, 2 trainings for us, and then anybody after that, we try to make sure everybody's there, but we also, internally can train them, but as well. But every year this is ongoing.
Yeah. And this is to rectify issues that we've had in the past, so bring it under control.
Right.
And
Because they
thank
do
you.
operate under, even though they have their, they do have their separate tax ID and all that, but still they serve our students, right? And so this is part of the process, and many of the districts are now doing kind of the same thing because of all the different things happening in multiple districts, especially we're a high school district.
Yeah.
This is more prevalent, so we need to, have a good count for this type of work.
And I asked some significant questions about the oversight in that, and I understand this is the first year, so we have to be a little bit patient. But thank you for answering those questions and concerns.
Definitely,
that
and
I
we do
had.
encourage, and most clubs are doing great in those schools, so they've been coming, and we had multiple people that actually came both times. So they said, take a couple times. I was like, please feel free, come if you have any questions, feel free to come. And so we did try to do one online and one in person because everyone have different method to learn. And so I think that was helpful for everybody's schedule.
Thank you. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Next, 13.6, award request for proposal, RFP 2026-03, security services.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13.7, school-sponsored student organizations.
So
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and we have a lot of organizations to approve, so that's great. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13.8, new board policies, 71-400, in parentheses, 61-41.2. Recognition of religious beliefs and customs, revised board policy 71-402, in parentheses, 61-44. Teaching about controversial issues, first reading, no action on this. 13.9, membership, California School Board Health Alliance.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. $13.10, membership, International Spanish Academies, ISA program.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions?
Is there anyone here that can kind of give a little bit more explanation as to with the ISA program and what this will do for our students?
I will do my best. Diana oversees that. So this program, we actually had a visit last year, which several of you attended. It was a validation visit, very much like a WASC visit. where
Okay.
our schools are recognized because of the great work they're doing at Sycamore and Anaheim as it relates to the dual language program and just the opportunity students have with world language, specifically as it relates to Spanish. You may also recall that through the CABE program, the California Association of Bilingual Education, both Sycamore and Anaheim received the highest distinction honor, the Award of Excellence for their DLI program. So as a result of those distinctions, they were recognized, and so the Spanish consulate came to actually conduct this visit to validate. And so what happens is if we become a member of this organization, our students actually benefit. They have access to a diploma of Spanish foreign language program where they can pass an exam, and they've accessed things through the Spanish program. This is Spanish not like the Spanish you might hear in Mexico, but this is Spanish in terms of Spain, right? There's a different dialect, so this is specific to the consulate with Spain in the Spanish embassy, so it's highly regarded with universities and employees, so it gives our students specifically at those schools because of the distinction a leg up in terms of opportunities because they're coming from a school with this distinction.
Okay.
So yeah.
And
I want to give a shout out to, I know I mentioned Diana Fujimoto's overseeing it from the Ed services, but Mariana Lee, who's the principal at Ball, actually is the one, because of her work with CABE, that connected us with the Spanish consulate. So I want to give her a lot of the credit too, because she brought them to us.
All right, thank you.
I also just wanted to make a quick comment, just congratulating our DLI programs, both at Sycamore Junior High School and Anaheim High School, that were part of the site study. I know President Leo and I were able to be part of the visit during April, so very proud of them and excited for this partnership.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Next, quote, Summit K-12 Program, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13-12, agreement, Daniel Pappas, action.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13.13, agreement, Susan Wilmering. Yeah.
So moved.
I said it right.
Second.
Thought you were going to correct yourself or something.
I just kept looking at it. Any questions? See, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13-14, agreement, Green Schoolyards America 2025-26, SoCal Regional Leadership Institute.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions?
I just want to say this totally reminded me of Anna Piercy. She would be so happy,
Green.
so happy about
Yes,
this.
she's
Yeah.
a tree hugger. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
In a loving way.
Yes, she
Loving,
is.
yes.
I love
Okay,
that.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13-15.
So moved.
That was,
Second.
let me read it.
Oh, sorry.
Agreement to Larry County Superintendent's of School Leadership Development Institute. So we have motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nope. Good. 5-0. Human Resources, 13-16, revised board policy 8708, sexual harassment, students, first reading, information item only. 13-17, proposed 26-27 student teacher calendar.
So moved.
Mr. O'Neill, that item was not moved.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry, it's pulled, no action
Oh,
item on
that's
that.
right.
That's my error. Take
Sorry
it.
about that.
Sorry about that, audience. That'll be brought back later. We found an error on it. 13.18, memorandum of understanding, MOU with ASTA, Health and Welfare Program changes for 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 13.19, memorandum of understanding, MOU with APGA, Health and Welfare Program changes for 2026.
Can I ask a question? So moved. Can we
Second.
take
Motion
all
and
of
second.
these together?
We can, if you want to go, okay, let me read it. 13, 19, 13, 20, 13, 21, 13, 22. All the same except just different. One is APGA, we have CSEA, AFSME, and MMA.
So moved.
We have a motion and a
Second.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Thank you, Ms. Randall Trejo. 1323, agreement, Elms College.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Consent calendar. Anybody wishing to pull anything? I'm going to pull, because this is electronic, it's a little bit different this time. So 14.2, part 1, I guess you could call it, and 14.3.
Motion for the balance?
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 14.2, part 3,
So moved.
and 14.3.
So moved.
We have
Second.
a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Aye. So it's 4-0-1. Moving to, excuse me. Yeah. We're now at Board of Trustees report. So we will start with the newbie on the block.
All right. The only thing that I was able to attend in the last month was the Dia de los Muertos event at Loera High School. It was an amazing event. A lot of community members came out. Great performances. November. Okay. Yeah, that's it for this month. Thank you.
I like that report. Short and sweet.
Thank you.
Mr. Oshie.
Okay. I got to go to the Western and Cyprus football game, and 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, Cyprus was winning the entire game, and 2 minutes left in the game, Western pulled it out. So either way, those are both my schools, so I was a winner. Mr. Belsky and the Performing Arts Department of our district started a Anaheim Youth District Youth Arts Council. It was a launch meeting. Councilman Carlos Leon was there, Dr. Freed was there, and it's really great to see our students have this opportunity. It was really fun to watch them work together, and I think they're gonna build their leadership capacity to do greater things for our arts programs in our district. I attended CAPO, the California Association of Asian and Pacific Leaders in Education meeting, and then attended an OC Vibe preview with Dr. Freed and with Ms. Guerrero, so forth, to see the unique venues and concert halls, office space for OC Vibe that's being built out by the Honda Center. And I'm really excited. This was an invitation from Councilman Kristen Maas and Matthew Hicks, working for the Samueli group. We're looking forward to facilitating more AIM programs and opportunities for our students. I'm just really looking forward to, like, they're gonna have concert venues and just the sky's the limit with that property, so it's exciting to see that. Mr. O'Neill and I got an opportunity to go to Bakersfield and see the Regional Occupation Center on 2 campuses, one called CTEC, which is Career Technical Education Center, and the Regional Occupation Center. It's facilitated by ROP Carolyn Kennedy, lead there, and Hilda Vasquez. And we got to see how our pathways can expand. Got a lot of great ideas, so many programs that we could envision that we could do for our kids and the thriving program. So it was a really great day to see that. On the 28th, Dr. Freed and I and Dr. Cruz were being interviewed for an innovative programs, I think for the opportunities for the Gilbert High School Model Continuation School Site Recognition. So, and I think they did a fine job, and it's just really validating to see all the great things we're doing at Gilbert. Western Orangeview dance show for the first time. I pulled up to Kennedy and I thought there was a CIF basketball game going on in the gym or something. The parking lot was crowded. I was coming from another event. I could not find a parking space. And then I go into the auditorium over there and it was just packed. And I could just feel the energy in the room because it was the first time a lot of 7th graders, this is the first dance show, a 7 through 12 dance show from Orangeview Western. And the energy in the room, I got there late and the energy just kept on going and going and going and going. And I think the most fun thing for me is to always, as a former performing arts teacher, is to see the kids getting recognized by their parents at the end. You know, it's like, how many times do you see that after a class? Like, great job, or things, but it's just to see the community come together. College and Career Fair, kudos to Ellison, Conrad, and Charles Koo, and the other people that make that happen, you know, from the technology, Scott Rundell for all of the ROP representation that we have there. I mean, it's truly a big teamwork effort, and I'm just really happy to see that. Mamma Mia, got to go to the Czech rehearsal since we were at the Teacher of the Year thing. And so anyway, got to see all the talented students and the choir, full choir program. Went to the Ball Junior High School recognition breakfast where Mr. Matsuda gave one of his farewell tour speeches. And a person at the end congratulated me on my retirement. So I love that. I got to go to Gilbert High School, visit to El Camino High School with Mr. Lara, Mr. Rendell, Dr. Lindstrom, to see some innovative programs that are going on. Cypress High School did a production of Radium Girls, all student run. Student directed, costumes, makeup, the house, stage managing, everything was done. So it's, if you want to see 5 C's come to life, you go to one of those shows like that. Orange County Teacher of the Year, which all of the trustees were there. Again, 3 of our teachers were acknowledged this year. And Joe Ihara from Western, Orangeview, and then Jeff Cornelius from Ball, and then Sean Fleshman. So 2 semifinalists and a finalist. Got to go to Coffee with the Principal, and Irish gave a thing at Western Orangeview about the updates on the redesign from a student perspective. So they had a summit, and they gave all of the information that the kids gave their input on. Band Spectacular was last night. I think it was kudos, Mr. Belsky and Mr. Dominguez, probably one of the best band spectaculars. Such talented students, and again, people all working together to make that happen. And then this morning, I got to go to CVA's staff bonding. That school has a lot of fun, and it just a demonstration. We were decorating pumpkins this morning. It's just that learning and leading can be fun, and I think we should be doing that. It's a great example that we should be doing that in our classrooms every day. So anyway, thank you, and sorry for the long board report.
Well, you should be.
Okay,
Mr. Trejo. See,
Dr.
he set you 2 up. It's short.
Wake up, Brad.
All right. Dr. Paolo, congratulations. We're so happy to have you. I'll keep mine short. ROP meeting where yesterday Lehia Hallstrom introduced Kristen Collins, the Director of Development and Programs at Okada, and Rich Rader. He's the Fixed Operations Director at the Tuttle Click Automotive Group, and that's who we get our automobiles from donated. And Lihia talked about how she's very persistent and asking and asking and asking. And it was very interesting because when Rich Rader got up there, he says, yeah, she's always asking. And so I knew I had to do it. And so he really gave a compelling speech about how it's an unknown factor for businesses to know how great it is to give back to the students in the community. And so I feel like, you know, there's a lot more work that we can do. Even though we have over 120 partners, I wanted to shout out to him. We have 120 in our district, but I didn't want to brag. But it is kind of interesting that he said that and how rewarding. He does it because he loves the community and he loves the kids and wants to help. And kind of disappointed, he said, in his colleagues. I thought that was very notable. Kudos to Band Spectacular, the folks, College and Career Fair. It's second to none. I just, I just want more people to see it. I know when I came, there were droves and droves and droves. I want to get back our feeder school districts to get involved in that. The sooner they know what we have to offer, the sooner they're hooked in and they'll be happy. Halloween parade, John, thank you so much for making all the arrangements and decorating the bus and getting us our necklaces. Fun fact, they really didn't want to shake my hand. I was out there shaking the hands. They wanted my necklace. Can I have your necklace? Can I have your necklace? But other than the asking us to do that, I'm so tired of that saying. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. And I just want to wish everyone a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving, if that's what you do. However you celebrate it. In my home, it's always been about being grateful and just taking that time to celebrate that. And you never know. We heard the Mejia family and how tragic that is. And in my own family, my son had a near miss. He was in a motorcycle accident, but he's fine. He's totally fine. He's checking out of the hospital tonight. So you just never know from today till tomorrow. And I'm just totally grateful to be here, to be serving in this district. So have a wonderful break, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. I want to start my comments by thanking our community schools team, ed division, student services team, our food services department, and our school sites for being ready to connect our families with food pantries and community partners and food distributions as we faced the recent federal shutdown and delay of CalFresh benefits. So thank you for all your work in connecting our families. And I know AUHSD has a dedicated food services page on our website. So I encourage any families experiencing food insecurity to please visit our website. I want to thank John for his work in setting that up, John and his team for putting that out there. We have a distribution calendar provided on the district website. And then very quickly, some of the activities I got to attend, Anaheim High School's Colony Classic Car Show, the City of Anaheim's Dia de los Muertos event in partnership with the city and with our Anaheim Elementary Schools. Also attended the Halloween parade. Anaheim High School hosted their first trunk or treat in their parking lot, a very successful event, a very fun event. Also attended the AUHC College and Career Fair Teachers of the Year Award and our AUHSD Band Spectacular. And then I had the opportunity to attend both Anaheim High School's CIF games, the flag football game and the volleyball game. And Anaheim High School went all out. It was a Saturday day, and I'm just really proud of the community that came out to support our team. There's teachers from the past. There was alumni there. We had Amor, she's not here anymore, but she's the Spanish translator at Anaheim High School. She was at the game. Sierra Perez, who was a former assistant principal of Anaheim High School, was at the game. And then at the volleyball game, we had a lot of alumni come back from our volleyball team. This is the first time Anaheim High School's volleyball team has made it to CIF, so it was a very big history made that night. They did finish as finalists, but the room was filled with so much love. And then do want to congratulate our girls flag football CIF team for their championship, and just thank Coach Vince Gomez for all of his work throughout that time in that program. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. I'll start by saying kudos to the career fair support staff. That was a fantastic event. Can wait for next year to see how much better it's going to be. See, I just raised the bar. Okay, very good, excellent. I attended the, as Mr. Hoshi said, the Bakersfield Regional Technical Training Center tour, and it is fantastic. You just can't believe what Bakersfield Unified offers to their 20. I'm trying to remember how many schools do they have in their district? 46 schools, or it's 45,000 students. Maybe. Yeah, but it's fantastic. Us compared to them is nothing, but ours is fantastic. We're just going to make it better as we go down the road. Yes. I attended a fentanyl training put on by Secondary Council PTA out here in the PDC. Not a lot of people there, but I'm sure it'll make a difference in their lives. I hope when they put it on again, that there'll be more people there attending. It's sad, but it's educational, hearing what fentanyl can do. I attended an AI symposium at Biola University. It was put on by an independent group out there, and it was amazing, so far over my head, and it was different levels. And the first one was put on by a professor, went over my head. The next one was a little bit more down, and then the last one was, he was a graduate. He just graduated the year before, so he was down on my, well, still above me, but he was down more on my level. So it was very interesting. Teacher of the Year event, always special to hear and see what those teachers do for the children in our county. It is just fantastic every year. I am in awe of that. Attended a board meeting, ROP board meeting with Ms. Randall Trejo, Band Spectacular last night, which was spectacular. So thank you for that. I did something else here. Every year the president of the board meets with the auditor from our auditing firm to review the audit and see if there's any issues that he should know about. And in the past, I have mentioned some things over the years that I've been president, and so this year there's really no issues. So I was pleased we discussed things, but everything was, as I say, on the up and up. So it was great. He was very happy. Somebody mentioned about a stage performance, but I'll just say I went to Mary Poppins in Houston over the weekend, and it was great. I saw my 3 grandkids in the stage performance twice. It was great. I want to wish everybody a very happy and safe Thanksgiving holiday. I know that we are all very thankful for what we have, and I think we're all thankful for our new board member. So congratulations on ascension to our dais here. We welcome you and look forward to working with you. And with that said, do I have a motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Anybody want to complain about it? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Good night, everyone. Be safe going home. And enjoy the rain that's coming to us.